What's up, you guys? My name is Diarrhea, and welcome back to another brand new bedtime story. Without further ado, let's get right into this story. Once upon a time, in an English city by the name of Brockshire, there were two young men, Bob Westernutter and William Take-Pill-Dick. They were two very active travelers, and they have been to so many different countries, but of all their years of exploration, they'd never been to the wonderful, beautiful South Africa, and they just had to go. The plane ride there was very interesting and very different, and they seemed to be having a wonderful trip so far. They got off the plane and went to a small city by the name of Oki Waka Waka Tiki Iki Iki Uk Bak Bak Aka Ake Iki Iki Wawa Kaka, and they checked into a very nice hotel. They spent the night partying in the African club scene and eating some of the finest and delectable food, and they sat under the stars and trees. They were living the dream. Everything seemed to be going good and fine and dandy until Bob Westernutter thought of the terrible ideal to explore Africa's more wilder areas, and they came upon the dumbass ideal to go outside of the city and go to a forest by the name of Charlie Apple 266 Illuminati ... forest. The day began and the explorers were on their way to the forest, which I'm not going to name again because the name is long as fuck. And the explorers entered the forest. They were amazed with how beautiful and vibrant and green the forest was. There was wildlife and beautiful flowers and rare plants everywhere. As William and Bob went deeper into the forest, they realized that they were going a little too deep, so they decided to head back before the sun went down. As they were trying to get out of the forest, everything started to look the same, and they realized that they became lost.
Thanks a lot, you British wonka. You got us fucking lost. Well, we wouldn't be lost if you didn't bring us into this goddamn forgotten forest, you stupid ass bitch.
As the men fought, they realized the sun was going down, so they started to hurry out of the jungle, when all of a sudden, Bob had to take a piss.
I'll be back in a little moment, mate. I have to take a little willy. Alright, mate.
Bob went behind a tree by the name of the Tiki Waka Waka Iki 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 tree, and it was home to many foreign, dangerous creatures and insects. And when he took a piss there, it woke those creatures up, one of which was the deadly, malevolent South African Terasaka Waka Iki 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 Oko Waka Ika Aka Uk Aka I Iki Ik Oko Uk Dododo Ik fly. The fly flew right for Bob and bit him right in the penis, and Bob let out a blood-curdling scream.
Ah!
The bite caused Bob's penis to explode all over his face, and the poison that's exploded all over his face caused his face to have an allergic reaction, and his face started to bubble and bubble and bubble, kind of like your stomach after you eat Taco Bell. And as William heard the commotion, he ran to check on Bob to see what had happened to him, and he was terrified of the sight he saw. Bob then tried to scream out the word help, but in the middle of him trying to say that, his head exploded like an atomic bomb, and all of his blood and chunks flew all over William's face, causing William to have a similar reaction that he had, but his was way worse. When the poison hit his face, he started shaking sporadically and had a seizure and started foaming at the mouth like a pit bull. And what happened next was disturbing and malevolent. He fell to his knees and started to fart out blood and poop and English crumpets. He kept doing this nonstop for hours and 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 hours until his body ran out of all liquids and he died shriveled up like a dirty ass dried ass raisin, covered in blood, shit, English crumpets, Bill's blood and shit and English crumpets and dirt and leaves and also throw up. Yeah, while that was going on, there was a baboon in the tree and he saw what was going on. He was disgusted and he pretty much threw up all over their dead bodies. Either way, Bob and William died that day and it was a horrific event. The end. Superman! Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that story, and if you did, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe if you like bedtime stories, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next bedtime story. Sleep tight, guys. Dubai.